Hey, what's up, guys? Michael from Karate Breakdown, trying to bring back practical karate. It's been a pretty hectic month or so, trying to readjust and get to a new schedule, new routine. I just want to read this quote to you guys and see if it's pretty relevant to today's age and time. It goes like this: The karate that has spread to Tokyo is incomplete. Those who believe that karate consists of only kicks and punches and think throws and joint locks are exclusive to judo or jiu-jitsu have been misinformed. We should have an open mind and strive to study the complete art. So I'll give you a guess on how recent that quote is. For me, I'll just talk to it. It sounds very modern to me. The people that talk bad about karate think of it as just a kick punch art, right? The three Ks. People don't know, even people within karate don't even know that it has joint locks and throws. People just compartmentalize throwing arts as judo and jiu-jitsu and wrestling. They compartmentalize ground fighting as, Brazilian jiu-jitsu and newaza from judo as well. And the elbows, people think elbows and knees are all Muay Thai. And then the joint locks too, right? Aikido, China, all this stuff. And what you see is like as styles get more sportive and there's more money and more commercialization behind each of those styles, it makes sense to try to compartmentalize them even more because then you can really market that specific thing, right? So you think, I don't know, old Hong Kong movies like my style is better than your style, and let's fight our styles against each other, right? Your, I don't know, your white crane versus my long fist, right? And if you think about it, the styles specifically are kind of a creation of the person who started that school, in the sense like that person probably trained in everything. He probably knew some type of grappling, some type of striking, and some type of groundwork. And what happens is he excelled at some particular part of his style. And therefore, he started gravitating towards that, and he really excelled at that thing, right? So just imagine somebody at your own dojo or yourself who's, maybe you're lanky and you're great at kicks. Maybe you're small and agile and you're great at getting in and clinch fighting, right? Maybe you're a little stocky and people can't take you down, so you just love takedowns. And imagine if you broke off from your school and created a style based on your strengths or your preferences, it would look like a completely different art than what you started in, because over time, over generation, you're going to gravitate towards what works for you. And what happens there is you're going to start marketing that, right? You're going to start putting more stock into what you're doing and then disregarding everything else. And what happens is your style gets watered down to the point where it looks completely different than what it was before. Now take that scenario and rewind it back to the beginning and think, why would anybody, if their life depended on it, not train in something that could happen? And that's kind of the approach for this channel, Karate Culture. My life has always been like, why should I ever have a deficit in any of the ranges? Why should I ever have a deficit in the ground or on the feet or my hands or my feet or grappling or striking or even marksmanship and knife fighting and weaponry, right? For me, if you're going to pursue some type of combat, why not pursue everything and have a complete, total art, complete system within yourself? And the karate guys knew all this. I mean, look at all the quotes from before. All the karate guys in the beginning had some type of grappling to them. And this, I'm a broken record as I am always on this channel, but it needs to be said. I'm sure somebody new is watching this video for the first time, but you're thinking, of course they do grappling, because what if they couldn't strike? What if the opponent closed the distance? Of course they knew some type of sword art or weaponry art, because what if the attacker starts off with a weapon, right? So you just have to get that in your head and make those considerations. Keep that in mind, that karate was and always is a complete art. And if your school or your current style feels like it's not, then it's kind of your responsibility to seek that out and build that into your journey of martial arts. So going back to this quote, We should have an open mind, strive and study the complete art. And I'll tell you, Bruce Lee was big in 70, 60s, and 70s, right? The whole Tao Jeet Kune Do, the way of no way, cross training, he was a pioneer, etc. And this is from the founder of Shitoryu, Kenwa Mabuni, born in 1889. So almost 100 years prior to Bruce Lee and the idea of cross training was this guy here in Okinawa talking about how another place around the world, another place outside of the origins is starting to water down the art. And that place is Tokyo, Japan, right? And Japan is kind of analogous now to karate, when in the 1800s it was not, right? It was Okinawa. So that's something to really keep in mind. It should be pretty eye-opening for you guys who've never heard this quote. There's a lot of these quotes out there. There was a big pushback when karate became mainstream, and then people were categorizing their style because they needed to be official within the books of the government. So people were giving themselves upper ranks and high ranks because there was nothing else before them. So these are all human created titles, but there was already a feeling that something was missing or something was getting watered down. And now here we are, 2025, and that feeling is still there. There are still small pockets of people trying to bring it back, and there are still a larger population of people who don't really know what karate is. So this is a short video. Maybe I'll record some of me training. Maybe it was just me sitting like this, but hopefully it's food for thought for you guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Enjoy this kind of weird weather this year so far. Till next time, train hard, fight easy.